Wow, thank you so much for making that, Lataj. It's crazy watching that and thinking 6 months have gone by. It's crazy, but here we are, here you are. Thank you so much for being here to support BAYCAT Studio in this internship program. My name's Katie Cruz. I'm the Vice President of Programs and Operations here at BAYCAT. And I would have to say, the most incredible part about working here is watching these young people transform personally and professionally. It's really, why we're here. And as you can imagine, it takes a lot to get here, to this moment of transformation. So how did we get here? Well, it began at the beginning of the year when we had over 100 applications. So it was pretty competitive. And we went through quite an extensive interview process and selected 20 young adults. Those young adults were unemployed, underemployed, maybe had some background in education and media. Some of them had no background or education, but they were all passionate about media production, and they were extremely driven to get into the industry, but they needed more training and more guidance. So the first 3 months of this internship program is what we call the discovery phase. That's when we expose them to and train them in all aspects of media production. But it's not just about learning the cameras and all the software. It's really about those soft skills. So how to communicate well, how to collaborate in a team, how important it is to be reliable. And we were really, really lucky to have amazing mentors and guest speakers. Like to shout out to Marianne Willman. She's on our board. She's an executive coach and did one-on-one coaching with each of our interns. We also had coaches come in and do public speaking workshops, how to build your personal brand. We had amazing guest speakers from the industry come in and speak to them about the do's and don'ts of being in the industry, talk to them about their journey of how they became professionals. So it's an incredible part of our program and really, really important that we have them doing that. So if you look in your program, you'll see a list of them. We thank them so much. So after the first 3 months of the program, we moved 16 interns from education to employment, where they were officially hired by BAYCAT Studio. And they got to focus on something they were passionate in and they discovered in the first 3 months and continued that training while working on real BAYCAT Studio projects with real clients. So they all got to put their hands in many different things, but one that we want to show you tonight is a video that they got to take from beginning to end. So we'd love to premiere it now. It's a promotional video about one of our favorite local nonprofits, Loco Bloco. They're in the house tonight. Thanks for being here. Annie Jupiter Jones. So here it is. Hope you enjoy.
I think I'm doing Carnival because it's fun to dance and I really don't have anything to do on the weekend.
I always knew that I love to dance, but definitely this is my passion. This is what I see myself doing.
The main focus as to why I'm involved is for my kids, so they can get a bigger piece of what we grew up with.
Not a lot of places here in the Bay Area have a program, a nonprofit organization like Loco Bloco.
It makes me feel happy to know that I can talk to people about stuff because every teacher that I see is usually like, hi. None of my friends go here, so I made some new ones.
They have helped me overcome a lot of my personal fears, and that's very important because it's helped me grow as a person, as a dancer.
It gives me the space to understand that it's okay to let my kids go, let the little hand go a little bit and share who they are.
Because of Loco Bloco, I really wanted to be a performer.
Well, this year's Carnival, the theme is Sonido del Barrio. So we're trying to put like all the sounds of the mission into one and just put it all together and think about like the reggaeton, the cumbia, the samba, the lowriders, just everything that sounds in the mission.
It's very hard with things that are going on in our community because everything that everybody loves about our community, the mission, it's what's hurting. And I think this program centralizes exactly what the mission is about and what we're all trying to save. So coming to Loco Bloco, it opens their eyes as to what it is to be a community. More importantly, the community that we come from.
Everybody cares for each other in Loco Bloco. That's the most reason why.
I can't imagine not being in this nonprofit organization, and I just want to stay here with Loco Bloco, and I see my kids dancing here too, so I really hope that Loco Bloco continues and gives other people this opportunity that I got.
It brings everybody together. It's a family feeling. You can't help it because it's what Loco Bloco does. You become part of a family. You will never feel left out here.
Check, check, 1, 2. So who liked that video? I edited that, and I also co-produced that as well. My name is Celestina Banderas, also better known as Sally. And before coming to BAYCAT, I didn't really have a good grasp on what I wanted to do with my life. I knew that I wanted to take photos or make videos, but I think I was a little too intimidated by it. So coming here, the first 3 months were super important because I got to learn things and really discover what I wanted to do, which is video producing with a focus on editing. I also got to be employed, obviously. I made this beautiful video. But I also got to work as a teacher's assistant in a music video making class with BAYCAT's summer youth media program. And I would have to say it's one of the best summers that I've ever had. I got to meet amazing kids who are so talented. And it was crazy to see what they can do when you give them a camera and you give them the techniques and the skills to make things. I also want to give a really big shout out to the staff, especially Zara. She was the teacher that I worked under. She was really supportive and really pushed me and told me, like, this is something you can do. You can be in this industry, which is very much something I do believe now. And without further ado, I would like to welcome up President, CEO, and founder of BAYCAT, Billy Wong.
Wow, you're looking good out there. Hi. Talk about looking good. Are you impressed so far, these guys? I hope you, yes. You know, this is really meant to be for all you who have youth, who have come to our youth program. This is less of a festival and more of a networking event. So I really do hope when we finish our short presentation that you'll get a chance to really talk to these young people and talk about their experiences. As Katie wonderfully said, you know, and Jay who introed, it has been a 6-month journey, but it really has been a 10-year journey. BAYCAT has now, we're going on to our 11th year, and it's always been my dream when I started BAYCAT. How many people loved their first jobs? Raise your hands. For the audience out there in the online world, nobody's raising their hand. How many people feel like they're living their dream now? They've got the dream job. Raise your hand. Okay, we won't shine the camera because this won't be like the hackers out there that then you get revealed. Okay, more people raise their hand. Let me ask you, what got you there? School. Job experiences, yeah? mentors. How many years did it take you to find your dream job? 5, 1, 0. Well, for me, I'm the crazy person that studied engineering and loved piano. We were just at the symphony last night and we heard Yuja Wong, same last name. I want to say she's my sister. And when she played, I actually started crying because I remember playing music and having that passion for music. But the world out there, and because I also grew up in the housing projects and I wanted to make money for my mom so that she wouldn't have to work so hard. So I got the, oh, that's nice. You want to be an artist? Go get a real job. Go get paid. Then I got to go into the workforce and I got to be a banker. And as a banker, it's like, oh, that's nice, you're a woman. Listen, can you go get me a cup of coffee and maybe, file these files? Yeah, that was my world. And how did we get here? It is my journey meets all the thousands of people, hundreds of people who collectively saw that why are we wasting people's time when there's talent today? And if we can do a shortcut, and even with the kids that we have here, ages 11 to 17, if we can begin to find and help them find their passion, their talent at that age, and as the village, as the parents, as the families, as the friends, as the employers, as the donors, as the clients, if we support them now, man, hopefully we don't waste anybody's time and we get the talent, this diverse talent, into the workforce. That's what this dream is about. That's what Connect is about. And this, BAYCAT, you're getting to see us as a studio. We're a social enterprise. Some of you might know us for our free classes, our academy. But tonight, I want you to think about us as a place for hire. We're a professional studio, and we wouldn't be here without our donors who help us to make these training programs happen. And in the house, we have OEWD, the Office of Economic Workforce Development, who gave us money for 3 years for this technical program. You better come again, even though I'm embarrassing you, okay? All your OEWD people, all the city people, we wouldn't be here without our donors, and there are plenty of foundations. You will see them listed in your program. So the social enterprise, of course, we're nonprofit and we do get donations, and these donations help to support us. But really, the business model is about getting clients, real world clients, as Katie talked about, as each one has experienced. Even doing our favorite thing, as Sally did, and thank you Loco Bloco folks for being here. What a great story. And you're doing exactly the same magic, getting young people excited to perform. Yes, so I applaud you. That's our favorite thing to do, to tell the stories of other great organizations doing amazing work, changing the community every single day. And guess what? This year, after 10 years, we have amazing donors, we have amazing clients, and one of the clients happened to be the 50 Fund. How many people have heard of them? Sort of. Yay! Yeah, we got somebody who's definitely heard of them. So the 50 Fund is the nonprofit arm of Super Bowl 50. How many people are football fans? I know, Niners, we gotta give you some love. But, right, Super Bowl 50, the Bay Area is hosting number 50, the 50th Super Bowl. And they had the foresight, Daniel Lurie and all the team, all the host committee, had the foresight to say, what if we take 25% of our profits and give it back to community? No other city has done that. No other region has done that in the history of the Super Bowl. So they created the 50 Fund, the nonprofit arm that has been giving out money already. So what happens? They ask us, hey, can you do 50 videos for us? Heck yes, we could do 50 videos for you. What are you talking about? So just like any studio, we had to bid, write a proposal, and make a negotiation. They had to pick us. They picked us because not only do our videos look beautiful, but because of this. As a result of working with the 50 Fund, and they are a banner client, we have been able to hire 5 of these young people right here, this class. They haven't graduated, do you remember? Some of them don't have a degree in this, do you remember? But now it's in their resume, on their reel, on their website. And we also got to hire 5 from prior classes. And Alyssa, who's standing right there, Jade, where are you? They especially are working on the 50 Fund day in and day out. She's writing the story. Jade is doing assistant editing. And then we have the other old timers, Liz, who's right there, Edgar, who's also a graduate from our program, Jose, who's now the master. He's been here for over 5 years, mentoring the next generation. But over 5 years ago, he sat in these seats. 10-year journey. It takes the village, donors, clients, donors. I've shortened that to cloners. Remember that. Don't you want to see one of their videos? So they have been giving out $10,000 each week to a playmaker, to a nonprofit organization in the Bay Area. This may be one that you will recognize.
A world of wonder, a tiny realm that was made for children. The city is Oakland, California. The place, Children's Fairyland, USA.
We were here 5 years before Disneyland. Old Walt Disney himself came here to learn about how to open up a children's park.
Oaklanders take a great deal of pride in Children's Fairyland. We are the first storybook theme park in America. We have the longest running puppet theater in America. A lot of people see Children's Fairyland and they see a very popular kiddie park where you can go for a weekend, but there's so much going on under the surface.
The research has shown that when you have an infant and you're speaking to that infant and you're reading and singing, it really helps them develop earlier. They are so inquisitive. Once they get these doors open, they want to know and they want to learn more.
Many kids in the city of Oakland are not reading at grade level. There aren't enough places where they can engage in art, imaginative play, and so we offer an opportunity to show inner city kids that there's a lot of life and beauty out there, right in the heart of downtown Oakland. So many other places, when you have a small child, you're kind of warning them, don't go in the driveway, don't do this. Here, it's like, show me what you want to do. Lead me somewhere.
The 50 Fund Playmaker Grant will allow us here at Fairyland to get 100, I'm sorry, I get emotional about it sometimes, but to get 100 families, deserving families who can't afford to come here, memberships to come to Fairyland for a whole year. It is important for children to be exposed to the arts for their development, for their imagination, that opens their world up.
Makes you want to keep dancing. How many people have been to Fairyland? And if you have a child, I would like to go, so can I adopt your child? Doesn't that make you want to go? My goodness. We really want to thank the 50 Fund for being just this banner client. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, the host committee. We're up to number 25, so 25 have been released. There's 25 more to go. So this is where we need your help too. As these stories come out, you need to tell this story, okay? Because the press is going to be around the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl is great, but the 50 Fund is really the conversation, right? Because no other city has ever done this. So talk about how that has really influenced these young people. So Melissa, Ricardo, Jay, and Jenny, can you just stand up? Now, I don't want to steer you wrong. It's not like just these guys made these videos. No, it is the whole BAYCAT studio team. So as you look in your program, there's Ryan, there's Ariel, there's Jose, there's Liz, but they get mentored, right? And they get to add this to their resume today. You understand that, right? So they're being mentored, and the professionals are still doing this. But you know what? Without the Alyssa starting with the story, we have no story. So they are integrally part of the studio. This is not just a training program. I won't be able to tell the difference. I can't tell you whose camera did what just by looking at it, but they're part of it, yes? So thank you. And one very important person that I also am going to bring up, so I'm going to make him stand last, is Husani Burton.
So he had a little stake in this as well. Go for it.
All right. Hey, my name is Husani Burton, and I've been in BAYCAT since I was 11 years old. I was one of the first hosts for Zoom In. Yeah, BAYCAT been a real big part of my life.
You were a difficult child at 11.
I was.
You were very difficult, Husani.
I had a hard time finding my focus, but Villy and the rest of the BAYCAT staff, they helped me focus in and find my passion. In addition to loving music, I also had a passion for playing football. I had the opportunity to get a full ride scholarship to North Carolina to play football at an HBCU called Livingstone College. While at school, my mom passed, and it became very hard for me. But Villy and the rest of the BAYCAT staff, they was here to pick me back up, and I appreciate them for that. I made the decision to drop out of school, and Villy was here to tell me it'll be all right, and I can come back to BAYCAT and find my passion, and I really appreciate her for that. Here at BAYCAT, I got the chance to score 5 50 Fun videos, and
that was one of them.
Yeah, it's just been like a dope experience, and I like it. So hit me up, I go crazy.
Okay, he's still a little bit of a troublemaker. Even, how old are you now? He's 23. I know there's some people supporting Husani here, and thank you for being here, because we've watched this journey, and thank you for sharing him, because it is about all of us lifting each other up during hard times. Especially, I lost my mom, and I know what this feels like, and she's my inspiration for BAYCAT. So as we keep telling these stories, these people live on, but more importantly, this young man, Husani, has a future, yes? So the message is, when you hire us, we get to hire the Husanis in every single person's name right here. It's been 3,000 kids that we've been able to educate, and over 125. When you hire us, we get to continue to educate. When you hire us, we get to continue to employ. And when you hire us, we get to build these futures for these young people. And most importantly, we get to tell amazing story. These videos for the 50 playmakers, for many of them, it's their first professional video that they get to have, and they're already fundraising from it. Fairyland happens to be one that you know, but there's also folks that you may not know. So pay attention to their list. You could go to the 50 Fund and find them. But I want to say, going back to clients, this is not, the client list is also in your program. You'll see about 25, 30 names of current clients that we have right now. And I also want to give a shout out, because when you hire us, don't think about a video, think about strategy. Think about how is it that your business is revealed to the rest of the world. And if you want to make a difference today, especially living in very expensive San Francisco, you've got to think about, well, what is going to make your story different? How we tell the story with you is going to be different if you hire us. And one organization that totally knows that, and we've been working with them for now a year and a half, is the SFPUC. SF Water, yes, for all you people who have to pay water bills, I'm one of them. Are you one of them? Guess what? They hired us. Why? Because they needed help communicating not just with the public, but even with all the different kind of programs that they have. And do you know that they hire hundreds of young people as well? They're building their own workforce. So some of these young people got to go to Hetch Hetchy. Raise your hand if you did, right? So as a result, and I have to call you like, Steph Curry's in the house. I gotta do that. Okay, he's not the Warrior Steph Curry, but he's actually Stephen Curry from SFPUC, and he really is a Stephen Curry. I think that's like the best name to have in the world. Go Warriors! But it's the second year in a row that they are a cloner. They donated money for us to do media, but they also have hired us through Brown and Caldwell and other partners to actually create media to help their business. So I don't know who all y'all work for out there, but there is a way that we can help you. Don't just pat us on the back and feel sorry for us, right? Hire us. The other place where we're making a huge difference is the economic development of the city. On the corporate side, OEWD not only is a donor, but they've actually hired us to create videos to showcase how the city has invested in 26 neighborhoods. You'll see those videos come out. You'll also see a rap video that we did for SFPUC. You'll see billboard campaigns that we just are finishing that will be all over Bayview, on the bus tails, in the buses, and it's the Bayview Heal Zone, sponsored by Kaiser. That's gonna come out in September. And also, economic development-wise, we've been working with Bay Area Council, and last but not least, I wanna mention the San Francisco Center for Economic Development. So this work that these guys get to do, that you hire us for, that helps to continue the program, gets to make San Francisco stronger. The content, the stories that we tell, we're great at it. I'm gonna say that, we are. And look at all these clients. And we're at the place where we want you guys to know about this, and you need to share that. So SFCED has hired us to create 6 testimonial videos of businesses that are here in San Francisco, and to be proud that although everything in the media is about San Francisco is too expensive, I can't find a parking space, blah, 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 I can't get housing, but there's a reason why businesses are doing work in San Francisco. So take a look at this video.
Gensler has always been innovative and really disrupting the design community for many years, actually 50 years now. And when I think of San Francisco, I think it's a hub of culture, it's a hub of innovation, and it really aligns with this idea that San Francisco is a 5-star international city. San Francisco has always been on the forefront of sustainability and looking at the future of resiliency of the city and our future of thinking about what we're leaving behind to generations in the future, this legacy of what are we doing. San Francisco, with a nod to its legacy, continues to push the boundaries. This is where change happens. This is where people make it happen and look to the future.
Testing. Hello everybody, my name is Ryan Moat.
Now it's on. On? Yeah.
My name is Ryan Moat.
My name is John Tompkins.
And I happen to be a production assistant on this piece. And it was an amazing experience. You know, living in San Francisco, you hear about all this big business that's going on downtown and all these billion-dollar companies, but you always feel so disconnected from them. And getting to sit across the table from these people and have that conversation was truly eye-opening, and nothing I had experienced before. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. And then I know John did some work on this piece too. I should tell a little bit about.
Yeah, so I was one of the assistant editors on this piece. I worked a lot with the footage and color correction and the whole nine kind of, and then Ariel just came in and made it even better. But it's great to finally see a piece like this aired for me because I've never had any really traditional education with this, and I've been editing since I was 15. I actually came to BAYCAT. I remember sitting down with my mom and Billy, and she was really trying to convince my mom to like let me come to this program, to be like, this is where it's going to start, this is where his life is going to start. And I did the program with Hassani. We were in like Zoom in something, like whatever. But I left the program for a while, and then about I want to say maybe about a half year ago, maybe a little more, I was working down the street at Moshi Moshi, it's a little sushi spot, and I was hosting. And this woman walks in, you know, just regal, looking good. She walks in, you know, commanding the floor, and I look at her and I'm like, she looks super familiar. And we caught eyes and we're just like, Villy, John, oh my God. And the one thing she said to me out of everything was like, if you don't do this internship, I don't know if we're gonna be friends after this. So I signed up, and ever since then it's been a wild ride. I couldn't thank everybody here like more than Billy and my fellow interns. You guys have literally changed my life, and you know, I hope we can keep doing good work and stuff, and this has been amazing. And I want to thank every single one of you guys. So next up we have an internship video highlighting interns who have actually gone through this program, done by our very own Kayla LaCour. Ryan can tell you what she worked on. Let them know.
Right on, guys. Without further ado, this is my dream.
Okay. She edited and she shot it herself.
You want to shoot films, you want to explore, you know, your dreams. I didn't have a camera, I didn't have any, you know, equipment. I couldn't actually go out there and do anything. It was just a dream. You just kind of stuck.
I was under the impression that there was a job out there for me right after I graduated, but that wasn't the case.
Before I came to BAYCAT, I actually didn't have my GED. Once I got here, the way for me to stay in this program, I had to get my GED.
I was kind of helpless of what do I do, where should I go? BAYCAT helped me develop by giving me the opportunity to step into roles that I'd never thought before.
I learned basically everything here. Final Cut Pro, Photoshop, and After Effects.
I got to learn to become a true media professional, from learning how to set up equipment to actually editing an entire video piece, and all that's in between. BAYCAT was really the bridge for me between graduating college and getting a full-time job position. Right now, I am a production assistant at Lucasfilm. That is my dream.
BAYCAT got me onto the set of HBO's Looking, and from there I was able to get onto set for the Universal project shooting out here, the Danny Boyle project.
It takes a long time, but with BAYCAT, it doesn't seem that long.
BAYCAT helped me for my dream by honestly starting it and keeping it going as well. It's been just completely beneficial in every aspect of my life.
All right, let's hear it for Kayla. Hi everyone, my name is Savannah Viguero. I'm the studio and internship manager here. In addition to all of these amazing technical skills that the interns have been working on for the past 6 months, they've also been really focused on developing professionally. And that also means really focusing on their professional brand. So all of the interns are leaving here today with a beautiful website, a video reel, and a beautiful LinkedIn page. 3 really important tools to launch their career in this industry. not only, so I do want to mention some of the interns. I do want to say that everyone here has accomplished so much and worked so hard. I'm getting a little emotional because we've just been here with each other for the past 6 months, and I can't believe that it's already over. Every single one of you have accomplished so many amazing things, and I see so much potential in each and every one of you. There are a few interns that do really stand out in terms of their final presentation. That's part of our process. We have a final presentation to the studio where people talk, they present their portfolio and everything, and I want to honor the studio, I want to honor the interns that really stood out. So the intern with the best About Me page and website is Alicia Law. Alicia, can you tell me a little bit about your journey in branding your professional self?
Of course. Hello, everyone. My name is Alicia Lau. And during the employment phase of the internship, I decided to focus on crafting my camera skills. And I got to put on more than 10 studio production gigs just this summer alone. And as a result, I was able to come out with a video reel, which is embedded on my website. And when I got the assignment of that, we have to create a website and build our online professional presence, I was really struggling with writing about myself. But thankfully, Savannah really worked with me about writing about a summary of my professional experience, which was a really good start for me to continue writing more and add more of my personal flavors, and so people could really learn who I really am personally and then professionally on my website. So check out my About Me page. Thank you.
Thank you. And then, of course, we had our LinkedIn page, and the intern that really stood out was Jay Kishi. Stand up, please. 205 connections, not bad. Great, and last but not least, the video reel is something that is definitely a great representation of your skills and what you put out in the world. And so the video reel that really stood out to our studio team was made by John Tompkins. Let's take a look.
I'm a member of the Black Friday 14, which is a group of 14 individuals who helped to shut down West Oakland BART.
The reason why we've chained ourselves is symbolic to the way that we feel here in the U.S.
If I'm producing at a level that adults are doing, then I must be doing something right.
Great. Now I would love to present to you all the 2015 BAYCAT Studio Intern. Come on up, guys.
Hello everyone, my name is Jenny Sarkody. I'm a cinematographer and an editor,
and I'm ready to continue to tell really a variety of stories with small production companies and on feature films.
Hi, my name is Jay Kishi. I'm a Ready for Hire Assistant Director and Production Assistant, and I'm really interested in telling the story about the troopers on the road less traveled.
Hello again, my name is Celestina Banderas. I'm a video producer with a focus in editing, and I'm ready to get out into that workforce, so hire me.
Hi there, my name is Melissa Perez, and I'm an assistant director and media producer. I'm really looking forward to working both locally and abroad to make work that's not just thought-provoking, but also entertaining.
Hi, my name is Liz Hodge Weaver, and I am a video producer looking to collaborate with local artists and production studios to create impactful content.
Hello again, my name is Alicia Lau. I am a camera operator passionate about telling stories that make people feel that they're not alone. And I look forward to working on more videos and films that continue to put out positive energy into the world.
Hello, I'm Mario Jerez. I'm a director and writer. I want to create stories and I want to be a mentor to youth.
Hello, my name is Ricardo Cruz. I'm a videographer and editor. I like to record new experiences and tell stories in new mediums.
Hello, my name is Jamal Muhammad. I'm interested in digital media marketing, so basically helping small businesses and brands build their online presence, focusing on social media and online marketing. So if you need someone to keep your social media updated, I'm your guy.
Hi, my name is Kayla LaCour. I'm a cinematographer, and I want to document the lives and stories of people and communities whose stories aren't always told in the mainstream.
Hello, my name is Bianca Pezzo. I'm a video producer based in San Francisco. I want to use new and innovative techniques to produce media. I also want to use the skills that I learned at BAYCAT to enrich my community and my peers along the way.
My name is John Tompkins. I'm a video editor, and I'm ready to take your footage to the next level. Keep it simple.
Hey, my name is Sonny Burton. I'm a film composer and music editor with a passion for music. Hit me up. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Ryan Moat. I'm a production coordinator and location scout, and I love orchestrating a team to bring a project from conception to a polished, perfected project.
Hello, my name is Kevork Demirjian, and I'm a cinematographer and director, and I plan to use the skills I've gained from BAYCAT to work on advertising campaigns and feature films.
You think they're prepared? Yeah. Ready to hire? Yeah. Okay, we're going to be in competition for some of these guys because we are keeping some of them on as they finish client projects. But let's give it up to this 2015 internship program. Woo! So, wow. So as we just close up the night, I leave you with a little something to think about. So these guys just declared that they're ready to be in the world, and this I do need some notes on, because I just want to remind you, and this is also for the people out there, it's also like emotional for me because it's the end of the 6 months, but it's the beginning of your journey and your careers. And the need. Katie talked about over 100 applications for these 20 spots. For our youth, when John and Husani, these kids started when they were 11, 13, 17, we had 80 applications, over 80 applications for just 30 spots. In the industry, a third of the households who make less than $50,000 still don't have internet. The digital divide is alive here. Most of the kids, 85% of the kids we're working with, come from a household that have less than $50,000. 3% of the world out there of creative directors are women. Only 3%. In advertising, 10% of the executives and population are out there, less than 10% are people of color. So when I ask you the question of if you had your dream job, or who do you work for, or who does your friend work for, this is where the beginning of their journey is getting launched into. So I'm just gonna keep it real for a second, because these are my babies too, and thank you, Angelique, for sharing your baby, and all the parents here, you know? Because it's hard out there. The competition is fierce. We have Barney here, who's from Pixar. Our board chair, Eric Pearson, is from Pixar. We have Craig Peters, who is here and also has his own studio. We need your help, because these are crazy stats that we still have to beat. And we want, this is 20, and now that the TechSF funding has actually ended, we don't want this training program to end. And if anything, given the client list and how much need there is for story, this is the time not to go down and say, oh my God, the funding is over, but this is the time to build. Because we know the need is there now, and if we don't train these young people, our workforce will never look different. So, from 20, we'd like to have a year-round program with 100 young people. And we know to get there, it's gonna take us $1 million each year for the next 3 years. And if you happen to have $1 million handy in this audience or out there, I want to talk to you. Because the message I wanna end this night with is, hire us. If you work for a company, introduce us to the marketing person, the communications person, the corporate CSR person. If you're not sure, just come talk to us. Donate to us. You got $5 a month that you're spending on coffee or whatever that is, yeah, give it to us, because it's gonna help. Every dollar will count. And if you happen to sit next to somebody on the bus or someplace that happens to love media, love movies, and wants to see a different world, wants to see diverse talent in the world, tell them about us. Show them the 50 Fund, show them these commercials, show them John's Reel, show them Alicia's About Me page, show every single one of these young people's work. Because this is not, I'm too old to even think about the future. This is the present. This is the world I want to live into right now. This is the media I want to see. And I just got to end with another little guy. Do you guys remember this guy? Yeah. Iman. Okay, because, you know, Iman started here when he was also a kid. He was 11, I think. And hello, G and the whole Rodney family. So he just sent this to me, and in June, he was at the regional Emmys. And so let me just make this clear, and this is what he said. He said, Mama Villy, I didn't win these Emmys yet, but the Giants won a bunch. So Iman grew up in the Bayview. He started here actually when he was 13, went through the youth program like these guys. He graduated in the first class of 20. He got a job with San Francisco Giants production. Last year, when you were watching the World Series at your home or at the sports bar, Iman was behind the camera. He wrote the whole World Series. And guess what? He got rehired this year. So he's specializing in cinematography, and Tyree, who also got rehired, is specializing in editing. Their work is on the scoreboard. Their work is out there. So Iman continues to say, these Emmys belong to Annika and Alyssa on the team. It was an amazing experience to be at the Emmys, and hopefully someday I could win one of my own. This works. This is the future. This works. This social enterprise, this nonprofit, but their stories, these young people's stories. You guys, this is the end of one chapter of just this 6 months, but it is the beginning of the rest of your career. It has been a great pleasure and honor on behalf of the entire BAYCAT team to work with you and to watch you grow and to watch you transform.
Thank you, Billy!
So it is your turn to be the ambassadors. Go do that like Iman. Go be the ones that begin to hire and to change the world from inside out. Ooh, that's a Pixar movie. So let's finish up the evening. Please get to meet each other. I really want to thank our board members. Craig, you're in the house. Thank you so much. The appetizers at Garrett and Abby. Abby, my God, you've been doing every single meal for us. Please thank you. And the team, the other folks who haven't been mentioned, Arlene, Daniela, Grace, Jamin, who's also in the house, Jason, who's in the house someplace, he's been the mentor for all the music, and Zara, of course, all the studio team members we mentioned. I do have to give a special shout out, especially to the main studio managers. Savannah, we wouldn't have done this without you this year. Really, thank you, congratulations. Edgar, we wouldn't have done this without you this year. The fact that you just graduated and you're doing this, and you got these people here, and you know all of this. That's what this is about. Thank you. Thank you for showing us that we could grow the studio that quickly. For every studio member that worked on the 50 Fund that I mentioned. And last but not least, I gotta give a shout out to Katie Cruz, our VP of Programs. It does take this incredible team, all these people, to make this happen, and it takes you. So thank you so much for being here tonight. Please keep mingling, talk to these young people, and we might be in a little competition about who we're gonna hire. Let's go do that. Congratulations, interns. Congratulations, everybody. So, by the way, we're gonna hand out some certificates and take a little photo before we dismiss them. So we're gonna do that right now. But it's not a formal, like, if you guys wanna go and get a snack.